Phobeismist.
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 All right, and on tonight's episode of the Phobeismist, I want to talk about how offensive henchmen are. Henchmen. Incredibly offensive, these guys. Not the henchmen themselves, but the name we call them. I mean, in today's modern world, with all of the different gendered names we try to call people, I mean, you would think at some point we would eventually call them henchpersons. You know, I think it's very sexist to call henchmen, and I really think a lot of men, honestly, are really offended by it. I've actually heard a bunch of men complaining about this. Like, I was sitting there with my friend the other day. We were sitting there just having lunch, you know, on the construction site. He turns to me, says, "You know what, man? I just can't, man." I said, "What's wrong, buddy? Go ahead, you can tell me." Had a little tear come in his eye, and I was like, "Man, are you all right?" He said, "No, I was watching my favorite movie last night, Austin Powers." I said, "Dude, that movie sucks ass, first of all. I tried watching it. I can't stand it." He had a second tear come because of that, because he's a very sensitive guy. But he said, "Henchman, what's up with that?" I'm like, what kind of Seinfeld 90s delivery on your jokes? Like, what is that? I was offended by that. I mean, we just sit around and be offended all day. But he's like, we call them henchmen. Why do we call them henchmen still? I mean, this is 2020. We should definitely be calling them henchpersons by now. I mean, we all know henchmen. We probably are henchmen of some sort. But, you know, let's have a little sensitivity to it. Matter of fact, I think henchpersons is not even the right thing to call them, honestly. There's really something better that I came up with, and let's see what you guys think about this particular name. But I really think we should start calling them employed persons of other persons of less than moral intent. What do y'all think of that? You think that would be a good name to call hench persons? Employed persons of other persons of less than moral intent. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. It makes it where, you know, nobody can be offended by that. Surely nobody can be offended by that. If you can be offended by that, please tell me in the comment section.